Hi everyone, my name is Yusing and welcome to the Wild Finance. Today we are going to talk about gold versus Bitcoin and why Bitcoin is considered as gold 2.0 or digital gold. So make sure you watch the video to the end. But before we dive into the content, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bells so that you will be notified once we upload new videos. Now let's dive in. And today we have our guest, Mr. Gold, here with me. How are you doing, Mr. Gold?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. And I heard you are a true gold bug.
Yes, I love gold. Gold is very shiny and you can make jewelry with the gold. I can touch the gold. I can hold the gold. But Bitcoin, what is Bitcoin? I cannot even see the Bitcoin. Can you touch the Bitcoin? I don't know how even it looks like.
Well, Bitcoin can't do any of that gold does to be a jewelry or to be shining. But Bitcoin is used to transfer value through its network we call blockchain. And since the invention or the creation of the blockchain back in 2009, so this network has grown so much that it attracts more and more people to adopt this network. So that's why the Bitcoin's value increased tremendously as well. This is what we call the network effect. So just imagine it's the same like the early stage of internet. When the internet was first launched, and till now, when more and more people are adopting and using the internet, the value of internet is tremendous. So that is why we say Bitcoin is also the internet of money.
Gold has been here for thousands of years. People are using gold as a payment, as a store of value, and has been there for thousands of years. Bitcoin just arrived 10 years ago.
Well, yeah, I would like to say that, horses has been around for thousands of years, but then when car came around, car totally took the market share of horses. Who uses horses nowadays? Because cars are more efficient and faster and safer than horses. So I would say that it's the same. Cars are, we can say cars are horses 2.0. So Bitcoin is gold 2.0 in this case.
But Bitcoin is very volatile. If today I have a Bitcoin, I don't know how much it's gonna worth tomorrow. But gold, I know if I have a gold, how much it's gonna worth tomorrow. At least approximately, it will be very close to what value I have today. But Bitcoin is so volatile, I cannot even trust on the value. It can drop 50% tomorrow.
Well, you are right on that. Bitcoin at its current stage is volatile, but volatility is mainly because Bitcoin is such a low cap asset. Low cap means the total market cap of Bitcoin is at this recording just sitting under 1 trillion US dollars, which is considered a small asset class as compared with gold, which is a $10 trillion, more than $10 trillion actually, asset class. So let me give you an example about this market cap. So let's say we have asset 1 and asset 2. And asset 1's price is $1 per share with 100 shares in total. This makes asset 1 total market cap of $100. And then asset 2, we have $100 in price per share and 100 shares in total. And this makes our asset 2 total market cap of $10,000. So now imagine if I am an investor with $100. If I invest my $100 in asset A, and that will make the asset A total market cap $200. And with the 100 shares in total, so that pushes the asset A price to $2. That's 100% up. But in the same case, if I invest my $100 in asset 2, that will make the market cap of asset 2 $10,100. And that pushes the price to $101. It's only 1% up from $100. And similarly, if now I want to sell my $100 in asset A, that will make the asset A market cap becoming $100 again, and I will push price down to $1, and that is a 50% drop from $2. If I want to sell the $100 in asset 2, so I will push the price down by 0.9%. So from $101 to $100, and the total market cap becoming $10,000 again. And in this comparison, you can see asset A is considered more volatile because its price movement of 100% up and 50% down. While asset 2 is not that volatile because of its 1% move up and 0.9% move down. So that is why the higher the market cap, the lower the volatility it will be. And if we look at the characteristics of gold, it will take so much effort and money to just transport and store gold. Imagine if you were to transport $1 billion of worth gold. How will you do that? You would need containers, trucks, securities, following along the way. And it probably will took like weeks, maybe months, I don't know. But with Bitcoin, you can just sit at home with few clicks. You can transfer your Bitcoin to anywhere, to anyone on the earth within maybe 1 hour. So that's very efficient, very fast.
And how about people losing the Bitcoin? Because we know people has lost their private keys and they have lost the Bitcoins forever, which cannot be recovered at all now. So do you think is it a good way to store the money?
Well, you're right. It has happened in the past, but mainly due to that people would not care enough for their Bitcoins. Imagine 10 years ago, Bitcoin was merely $1. Who would care that, okay, one day Bitcoin will become a $50,000 asset per Bitcoin. So that's the main reason. But if you want to store your Bitcoin safely, there are some alternatives. First is if you buy the Bitcoin through the exchange, you can store it on the exchange itself. But we do not recommend that because if the exchange get hacked, your Bitcoin can be lost as well. And the second alternative is to store it on a software application, like in your mobile app or on a web browser-based app. But that one is also not that secure because it is always online, connected. So this enables any hackers or phishing emails or any malwares to be installed on your devices and access to your private key information. So the third alternative is to store them in your hardware wallet, and I believe that is the safest way to do so. But that way requires you to be a little bit tech savvy, because you need to remember and store your private keys safely by yourself. But now we have another alternative that is coming up, is the banks. Because of the popularity of Bitcoin, banks are starting to offer custodian of your Bitcoin. So you can pay some fee to them and they can store your Bitcoin safely. But again, not your keys, not your Bitcoin.
So you mean same as we store our cash or gold in the bank, so we can store the Bitcoin now?
Yes, I do believe so. Store in the bank.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
But now I have a better idea actually. You know what idea I have? Guess what? I can make a Bitcoin with the gold like this. What do you think? Yeah, we can have a Bitcoin with the gold.
Yeah, I think so. That might be a good way to store your private keys. You can actually encrypt. You can use this gold coin and encrypt your private key somewhere, but just make sure that you store this thing.
You mean engrave?
Engrave. What did I say?
Encrypt.
Encrypt. Too much in. Yeah, engrave. I meant to say engrave this. So you can actually engrave your private key on this gold coin and store it safely. So maybe store it with the bank safer or vault if you have vault like Mr. Gold does. But also you should always remember never reveal the location you store your private key. So never tell anyone, even your wife
Give
or
me
your
my
husband,
Bitcoin,
where you store
gold
your
Bitcoin. Yes.
private keys. Now let's summarize what we said in this video. And after that, we will review our price prediction for both gold and Bitcoin. So stay until the end of the video. And here is the table that summarizes gold versus Bitcoin. And in the recording, I forgot to mention one trait of gold and Bitcoin, that is the rarity. While gold, it is rare, but we do not know the maximum supply of gold, because our technology is not advanced enough to detect or to discover the gold which is near the Earth's core. And also maybe there are plenty of gold in the universe. While Bitcoin will ever have 21 million in total supply. So that makes Bitcoin even rarer. And also the second thing, the gold miners can impact the inflation rate of gold, meaning that if there's more demand of gold, the gold mining companies and miners can just invest more money trying to detect and dig up more gold from the earth. But Bitcoin inflation rate has been decided and no one can change that. And its inflation rate will be cut into half every 4 years, known as the Bitcoin halving event. While gold at its current stage is more stable and Bitcoin on the other side is more volatile, but I believe with the market cap of Bitcoin grow bigger and bigger, Bitcoin will becoming more stabilized in the future. Gold is very expensive to store, and the more gold you have, the more expensive it will be. While on the other hand, Bitcoin will ever need is a hardware wallet to store. It doesn't matter if you have 1 Bitcoin or 100 Bitcoin or even 1,000,000 Bitcoin if you are Satoshi. The only downside about storing your Bitcoin in the hardware wallet is that you yourself then are responsible for it and for your private key and for the safety of the hardware wallet. So if you do not want to store it yourself, you can also choose to use the bank's custodian service to store your Bitcoin. That probably will cost a little bit, but not as much as gold. And finally, gold is also very expensive to transport. And also it takes lots of time to transport physically from point A to point B. While Bitcoin is very fast and inexpensive. It only takes 1 hour to transfer Bitcoin from address A to address B. And it is very inexpensive in terms of it doesn't matter how much amount of Bitcoin you're transferring, the cost of transaction is always the same. So if you transfer $100 or you transfer $1,000,000, the cost will always be the same. So, Mr. Gold, are you now convinced that Bitcoin is a better gold or gold 2.0?
Yes, I agree with you. Bitcoin is a better asset than gold to store the value.
Okay, and what do you think the price of gold will be in year 2021?
Well, today, at the time of recording this video, gold is sitting somewhere around $1,800. And the way money is being printed, so with the inflation, I would guess $2,500 at the end of this year, 2021. That's
Okay.
my guess,
Yeah,
my prediction.
that's like 30% or 40% from the price level we are having here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for my Bitcoin price prediction, I think it's going to reach and beyond maybe $300,000 by year end 2021.
What? And which means because today Bitcoin is standing 50K,
Yes.
so it's
So we will do
around
it 6 times.
6 times,
Six
6x.
6x.
Oh, that sounds quite good.
Yeah, it is. Maybe for you guys you think it's like unbelievable, or it's like I'm a moon girl or whatever. But the truth is, I mean, now we see more and more institutions are piling in this space, um, and uh, and also we hear, you know, Mastercard, Visa, and PayPal all are offering the crypto purchase and payment services. So we see the mass adoption is happening now. And also last week, Elon Musk also revealed that he purchased $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin for Tesla's treasury. So you can see if few companies, S&P 500 companies, you know, putting some part of their money, maybe just 1% or 5%, their cash reserves into Bitcoin, that is going to make Bitcoin rocket to the moon. And that is it for today. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that you will receive notifications when we upload new videos. And today we just touched the basis and surface of Bitcoin and blockchain technology. So if you are interested, we can make another video and dig deeper into that. So make sure you comment on this and stay tuned. We will see each other next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.